They're off for the St. Ledger. A fair start. Mahogany just came off in behind horses. Over on the far rail, another affair is running quickly. Here's Green Gold Rush as they pass us for the first time, and these two matching strides. Wow stays close with King Arthur on the outside. Further back to One of a Kind. Nipster is on the rail just to the inside of Old Wharf. Mahogany settled with the back markers. Attorney General overtaking Mahogany. In behind them, Double Crown. And last of all, it's Sen City. The field make their way in the water. As they make their way toward the 7, they're there now. And another affair attempts to steal it, setting the fraction. She's way out in front by some 7 lengths. Wow chasing with King Arthur on his outside. Green Gold Rush snapping at their heels. A break of 5 lengths opens up to Mahogany, now beginning to run at them as they leave the 6. Overtaking One of a Kind. Nipster on the rail, just ahead of King Arthur, Sweet Toppings in between horses. On the outside, that's Attorney General, then Old Wharf, Double Crown, and Sen City is last. The St. Ledger field will now arrive at the half mile. Another affair in front, but not so far. Wow is only 2.5 lengths away. King Arthur running back in third. There goes Mahogany on the outside, now beginning to pick up as they arrive at the 7/16. Green Gold Rush is next, then One of a Kind. These are the main contenders in the St. Ledger. 3 furlongs remaining, and now Wow strikes the front. Here is Mahogany, produced by Omar Walker. As they leave the 5/16, it is Wow and the match race setting up. Mahogany now turning just on his outside. They're into the lane in the St. Ledger. It is Wow and Robert Halladine holding that lead. Mahogany has made good ground, but looks to be faltering at the moment as Wow maintains the advantage on the run, passing the furlong pole. Watch out for Nipster down against the rail. One of a Kind is on the outside. It's Wow, and here is Nipster, the surprise of the party in the St. Ledger. And Nipster is overtaking his Wow and wins it over Wow. Then One of a Kind, Mahogany, and in behind them, King Arthur. They're off for the St. Ledger. Simba the Lion breaks well on the far side with Miniature Man and Santorini. Amy the Butcher running close to them, further and beyond in between horses. There goes Secret Identity rushing up on the outside of Further and Beyond. Nuclear Noon takes a wide route. She's a wander in between horses. Burn Notice races next. They're ahead of Calculus, and toward the back of the field a long way last, it's T. Brady, as Miniature Man will set the fractions as they leave the mile pole. Simba the Lion on the outside. There goes Further and Beyond chasing the leader. Just down against the rail, Santorini, joined by Amy the Butcher. Secret Identity races next, about 5 lengths off that lead. Calculus making some progress, cutting the corner on the rail. The filly She's a Wonder is kept off the fractions. There goes a Nuclear Noon, ahead of Burn Identity and T. Brady at the back. 6 furlongs remaining in the Jamaica St. Ledger 2021. There's a war up front, Further and Beyond on the outside. Simba the Lion keeping them honest in between horses, and Miniature Man right on the rail. These 3 almost abreast. Calculus has now joined them almost as they leave the 5 and head to the half mile. Santorini, She's a Wonder, now begins to roll. Amy the Butcher is ahead of Secret Identity. A Nuclear Noon has a lot to do from there, along with Burn Notice and a T. Brady at the back. A half a mile to run in the Jamaica St. Ledger 2021, and Further and Beyond now takes the lead as they leave the 7/16. Calculus right away in second, just a length down as they slip past the 3. The filly She's a Wonder now wound up. Miniature Man is shaken hard. These are the main contenders at the 5/16. They're about to come into the top of the lane, and Calculus is worrying Further and Beyond. These 2 battling for it as they leave the quarter pole in the stretch drive. She's a Wonder, the filly, is switched down against the rail, and Calculus, could this be a surprise, has the lead on the run to the furlong pole. Further and Beyond is left 2 lengths down. It's Calculus holding the advantage. A 16th to run. Calculus and Shane Ellis for Anthony Baba Nunes, rather for Gary Sobrati, and Calculus comes away to beat Further and Beyond. She's a Wonder. For the 2022 running of the BetMakers presented Jamaica St. Ledger. 10 furlongs and they're off and running. Brinks comes away on the rail with Sunset Silhouette. Emperor of the Cats also got a good start. Blue Vinyl is now tacking across to take those leaders on as they thunder past us for the first time. The pacemaker is Brinks up front from Blue Vinyl and Emperor of the Cats. Atomica is tugging and Reserve right on their heels as they go into that clubhouse turn. Sunset Silhouette is well positioned on the rail, Burning Red in between horses. Outbidder races next as they leave the mile. Power is a further 3 lengths in behind Outbidder. The head Cornerstone runs next against the rail in the purple sleeves. The grey Reins will come next. Morimoto just in behind by a length. Slam toward the back of the field. Roraima has overtaken Slam, and Slam now trails. They make their way toward the final 6 furlongs in the event, and Atomica has now tugged through, disputes that lead and gets it narrowly. Brinks continues to bounce easy in second. Blue Vinyl has them covered, just about 4 lengths off that lead. Emperor of the Cats is a further 2 lengths down, Burning Red right on his tail. Outbidder now being niggled along a bit as they leave the 5. Sunset Silhouette is further back with the head Cornerstone. Power races up toward the back of the field. Rainsville races up next, then Morimoto. In behind them, Roraima and Slam outclassed at the back as the tempo increases in the ledger, and they make their way toward the 7/16th, and the filly Atomica now goes on. Here is the match race evolving. Blue Vinyl pulling alongside, and these two shoulder to shoulder as they leave the 3. In behind them, Brinks now looks to be feeling the heat, but the match race is on. Inside the final 5/16th, they're about to come into the lane. In the St. Ledger, Atomica the filly. In the center, Blue Vinyl on the outside, and Brinks tries to fight back over against the rail. Atomica swerves to the fence. Blue Vinyl has the lead. Atomica trying to come on once again. Brinks is in behind them, but Blue Vinyl is driven to the max and holding the lead. Atomica, can she fight back? It is Blue Vinyl in the ledger, opening up 2 lengths. Atomica the filly. First time she's been tested, and she's failed the test as Blue Vinyl comes away to score on the Radish Roman. Atomica has to settle for second. Brinks is third. Denzel Miller doing the honors, he sends them off. Mamma Mia gets a good start in the center as they come racing up toward us. Sensational Move is also in the early fray. Princess Sharon is right there over against the rail as Mamma Mia takes them along. Princess Sharon in the black cap races on the fence. Thalita is right there in the early mix. Sensational Move and Huntsman racing out wide. Mojito now looking for a spot on the rail, but blocked at the moment as they leave the mile. Rhythm Buzz races in behind those. All for Love is next from Sheer to Ben. Kai on the Go races toward the back of the field. And last of all, it's Life is Life as the St. Ledger field make their way now, flashing past the 7. Mamma Mia out in front with a clear run. Princess Sharon is the one chasing best of the rest at the moment as they go toward the 6. Huntsman in a good position on the outside. Sensational Move is there. Mojito now beginning to make ground. Thalita in between horses. Money Miser is next, possibly 10 lengths off that lead. Rhythm Buzz just another length and a half down. All for Love is under the pump. A gap opens up from Sheer to Ben. Life is Life. And last of all, it's a Kai on the Go as they've left the 5 and make their way now toward the final half mile in the Jamaica St. Ledger. Mamma Mia, Princess Sharon, they continue their duel up front. Huntsman on the outside. Thalita now asked to kick. Mojito continues to look for ground, being pushed on the rail. Money Miser is in between horses. Sensational Move races further back with Rhythm Buzz as the leaders leave the 3. All for Love now beginning to run on the spot. Life is Life and From Sheer to Ben are just ahead of Kai on the Go as the field will come thundering into the top of the lane, and Princess Sharon gets that lead. Here is Thalita kicking in on the outside. Money Miser has made good progress. Mojito is nowhere to be seen at the moment as they run toward the final furlong, and it's the filly Thalita who picks up that lead. On the outside, Money Miser, on the rail, Princess Sharon, but it is Thalita. She will create the upset over Mojito and the rest. Thalita running away from them in the end. This is the Jamaica St. Ledger, and Thalita surprises them all and wins by 6 over Money Miser, Princess Sharon, Rhythm Buzz, Mamma Mia back in 5th. They're off for the St. Ledger. Back in Rome gets a good start on the far side with Supremacy. California Crown will attempt to go all the way. As now going through to get that lead, California Crown. There's Supremacy rushing up between horses. Mac and Rome on the rail. Allegiance 5 lengths in behind them with the Speedy Run, Julie Run restrained this afternoon as they head into that clubhouse turn. King Pie, interesting times ahead, follow through. Provident races toward the back of the field with Crown Chaser. Brenda Boy second from last, and Captain Sparrow will have to fly late. They're into that clubhouse turn. They make their way now toward the final 7. McEnroe just leader, Supremacy pressing a half a length down. California Crown Reserve back in 3rd as they make their way now toward the final 6 furlongs. Interesting times ahead is just another 3 lengths in behind that bunch. Allegiance races next, a close-up 5th as they go past the 6. Run, Julie, run, not let you set. King Pie is 4 lengths in behind her. Provident just a half a length down and running the rail. Crown Chaser toward the back. And last of all, it is a Captain Sparrow and Brenda Boy as they head toward the half mile. They've left the 5 behind them in the St. Ledger. Continuing, California Crown has now shot through and gets that lead, attempting to steal away from them. Supremacy going in chase 4 lengths down. Interesting times ahead now bursts through, and it is interesting times ahead who has now taken 2nd place. But up front it is a California Crown. The filly Run Julie Run now grabs a hold of them, and Run Julie Run now takes the lead on the approach to the 5/16th. Interesting times ahead right alongside her, and these two will come into the lane in the Jamaica St. Ledger, the brave Run Julie Run. Interesting times ahead now, looks to point. Run Julie Run not done yet. Beginning to run on from behind, that is Crown Chaser, but they run toward the furlong pole. Interesting times ahead, shaking loose from Run Julie Run. Interesting times ahead opens up 2 in the drive. They approach the final 16th. It is interesting times ahead out in front and pouring away from them. Interesting times ahead, a 4-timer for Jason DaCosta and Tevin Foster. Crown Chaser looks to be just second over Run Julie Run, then Provident.